Hi there. Your ex has been talking, okay? I feel they have been speaking to a friend, but what I'm hearing is that this friend isn't necessarily sympathetic to them. It's almost like the friend is saying, well, what did you expect to happen because of the way they treated you, all right? So today, what I'm going to look at is, what have they said to this person, okay? What have they confessed? What have they admitted to maybe? Maybe they have said, you know what, it was all my fault. Also, why now? Okay, how come it's come out now? And what are they going to do? Are they going to come back in? And also, any advice for you, really? You know, is this worth your time and effort, or are you better really just moving on? So let's have a look though, just while I'm shuffling though. Thanks for watching, thanks for your support, thanks for all your comments. I do read all of them. If you'd like a reading, click on the title of this video even, and the links below in the description box. Everything's on the website, go check it out, and check out the limited offer $1 special reading as well. Okie dokie. I'm going to check, let me just check their overall energy before I look at what they've been admitting. Okay, what energy is this ex in, please? What energy are they in, please? 8 of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, they're stuck, stagnant, haven't moved on, completely, massively made a massive balls up. Okay. They're looking at the choices they made. I think they've realised that they procrastinated. I'm hearing if there was somebody else, or even if they were just online, like in other people's posts, it was almost as if when you were together, they were there with you physically, but they were elsewhere, and you could have found something online. Okay, but their core energy today, we're on the right track, the cards are on form, is the 8 of Cups in the reverse. So they haven't moved on, their life is monotonous. I think for a while they've almost accepted their lot, but I'm just hearing that the friend or whoever they've talked to has almost got, okay, I'm going to say it as I'm hearing it, has got fed up of them mopsing around and playing the victim. Okay, I think your ex on a bad day has a tendency to be, woe is me, oh gosh, you know, this has happened to me and I never get any lucky breaks. I'm not saying all the time, we've all got a shadow side, all right, all of us, and I think they tend to veer to that if they're not, you know, kind of leveled. And I think this friend has got totally and utterly fed up of it. Okay, so that's the energy they are in. Let us see what they have been saying. I'm going to use the Hidden Hearts, Hidden Secrets deck. Okay, what's this person been saying, please? I just feel they're hoping someday, somewhere, somehow with you. Okay. Elusive. They have, wow. They did spin a very, very devious web, didn't they? This card's come out. It's the deception, trickery, dishonesty card. They have admitted. This is what I was getting. The friend is like, well, what did you expect? You know, do you think you can treat someone like they treated you? They were dishonest. They were deceptive even. And they tricked you. And I feel that goes back into that energy where I feel they were in their own little fantasy world, possibly online. You know, maybe that one, shall I do that? Shall I do that? And you weren't imagining it. Don't think you were imagining it. What was going on, and your intuition, that's your, you know, that's your GPS, okay? You were right. So they've admitted to the friend that they were dishonest and deceptive. Now that's a biggie, okay? Because sometimes people can be dishonest, deceptive, and, you know, playing the field or whatever else they're doing, and they'll want you back, but they just think they can wipe the slate clean. They never actually say, I lied to you. Now they've told this friend. Okay, let's keep going. What else have we got, please? Memories. Yeah, you know, your ex is just sitting there like Billy No Mates, as we say in the UK. You might say in other countries, just like moaning on, monotonous. I think the friend's a little bit, you know, these conversations just keep on going, but your ex is doing nothing. They are reminiscing about you. They're dwelling in you, you know. They've got bittersweet memories, not of you, just of the fact that they have messed it up. So, yeah, they've really confessed. They've told the friend as well, this is interesting for you, that they don't feel very stable at the moment. They're basically emotional storm. So, because they're stuck, okay, they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do. They don't feel very stable. What else is that stability about, please, Tarot? Tarot. What's going on here? Ten of Swords. Yeah, they're not in a brilliant place, you know. Somebody could stab them in the back. Somebody could have betrayed them. But I just feel with the whole lot combined, they're just at rock bottom now. They're at a dead end. They've got to sever ties with wherever they are now, whoever they're with, whatever they're doing. It's really over. The 10 is over, okay? It's done. It's the culmination. They're done, all right? They're at rock bottom. They've hit a wall. They're at a dead end. And I really honestly feel today, the message for you is they have got to that 10 of Swords. And that's one of the reasons it's actually come out with this friend. But I think they've been on about it maybe for a couple of months now, maybe longer, and they're doing nothing. And I'm hearing they're being told, do something about it. Do something. Just do something, okay? I'm not sure if your ex has got water in their chart. Cancer, I don't know why I'm hearing that. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Gemini is also coming into my head as well. But yeah, they're totally, that's the emotional storm, the 10 of Swords. That they are, yeah, I mean, the 10 of Swords is not a nice energy. The unknown, what you don't realise, and this is why I'm here, is the Fool is in the reverse at the bottom of the deck. So your ex feels very foolish. They completely made a mistake. They didn't think it through. Their impulsivity and their lack of, I don't know. They just didn't think, did they? They just did not think. They've made a good, what do you say, a bad call. They've made a bad call. Poor judgment. Poor judgment, okay? Oh, anything else? Tarot. 3 of Wands in the reverse. They want to come home. Simple. Very simple. They want to come home. Lack of foresight. Bad plans. Not working out. Wrong decision. Bright shiny objects gone wrong. They want to come home. Really as simple as that, okay? They miss the stability and the structure that you brought as well. Now, don't just take that as all they want, because I don't feel that. They love you. I feel that they love your kindness, just your soul. But you also brought 4 energy to the table, which was structure and stability. they need that, because I feel this person, bless them, has a tendency to, they can maybe have lots of ideas and things. So it's almost like I'm seeing the card, the Seven of Cups, with this person. And they have lots of ideas, but, you know, someone else like you bring the other, the yin and the yang, okay, the yin and the yang. And that's why they really do regret this, really, really regret it. Let me see what else wants to come out. I'm just going to get another deck in a minute and get to the really brutal truth of their environment as well. There we go. Being away from you has allowed me to gain clarity. Well, yes, they're in the Ten of Swords energy now, you know, face down on the floor. The situation they're in is over. Even if they're still physically there, swords are mental. Mentally, it's done. It's finished. There's nowhere left in their current environment for them to go, bar start again. Okay, so yeah, they have gained clarity, which I think for them is pretty good, because I don't think they're always very clear. Like I say, I think they're a bit bouncy. Here we go. I think it's too late to take action. That's why the friend is saying, just do it, just do it. They feel that because they feel they broke you, okay, in some shape or form. And I think they're scared. You know what I feel today? I feel that in this person's energy, what's keeping them going, even though they do fantasize a bit. That's what I see, this Seven of Cups with them. For some reason, I keep hearing the Seven of Cups. And I feel that at the moment, they can still fantasize that you might even speak to them again, let alone reconcile with them, okay? But if they contact you, all right, and you say no, then that is the cold light of day, isn't it? You know, the cold dawn, as it were, and then they would really have to face reality. But it's the friend who's getting a bit fed up of all of this, because your ex is just, woe is me, all the time. And they, you know, instead of seeing the positive things, they're really quite a negative sort of energy. All right, let's get that one card I was on about, and then I will see a couple more of that, and then I'm going to get my Rider-Waite tarot and just see what they're going to do, or they're just going to sit moaning. It wasn't closure. It's not over for them. Unanswered emotional hangover. It's not over for them, okay? But we knew that. The Eight of Cups is in the reverse. They're not over it at all. Maybe you are. Maybe they know that you are, okay? Putting off. Putting off, there you go. Delaying it. And it says it's a delayed grief, resist and shut down. I know what they're delaying. They're delaying, at least at the moment, they can pretend that you might want to talk to them. But if they contact you and you just say, uh-oh, then they really are going to have to start facing, you know, facing the music, really, I think. Facing the music. So let's have a couple of these. I know I have three of these. Okay, let's get the overall message. Yeah, all right then. Here we are, very clear. I think within their energy, for a while, they were telling other people that it was over. In a nutshell, okay. But sat in the middle is I feel you even though we are apart, and I want to be more than friends. Now, that is the real, and I know I'm repeating it, key here. They don't just want your friendship, and they're scared that you might only acknowledge them, but you won't want to take it any further. Okay? But for quite a while they did portray the fact that this was over. But I don't feel it ever has been. Why did they do it? What the heck was wrong with them? Why did they do it, please, guys? Why did they do it? Give me something on the past. What on earth was going through this person's head? Page of Pentacles in reverse. Now, pages can indicate younger people in the environment that had some input on what happened here. So it could have been a younger person, something to do with that. Or I just feel at times with this card, there could have been a family link where the family pulled them back in, okay? But it can also just mean that your ex never felt, I don't know, like they never finished anything. That they never quite got, they never achieved sometimes maybe what they were capable of. And that could have been running in their mind as well, like they were running out of time to achieve something, okay? There could have been money problems, Page of Pentacles in the reverse as well. Simply, sometimes it can just be the most simple thing. One more on the past, please. Yeah, I've got another page. There was other people involved, okay? I've got the Page of Swords. So there's another person who could be an air sign, who's gossipy, who interfered, who would like to get all your news, pretended to be your best friend, or would be nice to your face and then talk about you behind your back. But worse than that, they'd actually make up shit to talk about you about. It wasn't even the truth they were telling. So there was definitely other people's involvement that did not help your relationship, okay? 2 pages, so definitely I'd say younger, okay? I would say younger. But that energy of that page as well, also I'm just feeling that your ex's energy, that Page of Swords can be quite flighty, okay? Quite flighty, very quick. But going back to when I said that I feel that they need weighting down a bit, that's what I'm getting. The unknown of this tarot deck is the World in the reverse. This is not over for your ex. But I feel that World in reverse is them feeling a bit like a failure with that Page of Pentacles, that they never quite finished. Something was never quite the success they wanted it to be. Maybe that was just their self-esteem from childhood, but it played a part with them. It just played a part. You know, they were disappointed with themselves with something, okay? There was some disappointment, but they didn't process it. They just kept jumping, okay? And now they're in the 10 of Swords and they're going to have to face it. So let's see, quickly, are they going to do anything? Ace of Swords, bottom of the deck, they might do. But let's give these a shuffle. Are they coming in, or what are they doing? What is this person doing? I don't think the friend's going to have much sympathy though if they don't do something. No, they're going to come in. Page of Wands, you're going to get a message. King of Cups, that's their energy. They're going to come in, they're going to tell you how much they love you, okay? And they're going to come in emotionally stable this time. 4 of Wands. Twin Flame, soulmate card, but more than that, it is a card of stability with that energy, and this is important. I feel that energy can be flighty. The 4 of Wands is that energy, that beautiful energy being put to some good use, okay? All right, so yeah, they will be back. King of Cups, very emotionally stable, very kind. Page of Wands, they're going to send you out of the blue, very friendly message, okay? Cups could be the summer, you know, summer, June, July time, but definitely that 4 of Wands, that's what they want. They want a reconciliation, Okay, they might ask to meet you at a social event, but they're worried about this Queen of Swords. They're worried about you saying no. Seeing the Queen of Swords, she's got that big sword up. So, but that as the unknown is you get to choose. Okay, so I'll leave it with you. Just remember, you're in charge. You're on the pedestal. You don't do crumbs. Okay, you deserve the best. The people pleasing, gone. Okay, and if someone's not willing to give you the best that you deserve, then somebody else will. Okay, look after yourselves, and I'll speak to you soon. Love you. Bye.